Hey guys, welcome to Andy's Mathematics. Today we're going to be solving another differential equation. So right now what we have presented is x cubed y triple prime plus x squared y double prime minus 2x y prime plus 2y equals 0. Now generally when you see differential equations and they have like an x squared or an x cubed or something like that, what we could do is we can let y equal xm, and then taking the derivative of y, we can go ahead and say m xm minus 1, taking the second derivative. And the reason why we're taking the second derivative is because we have y prime, y double prime, and y triple prime. So we are going to need to get the third derivative of y in order to just plug these in. So m minus 1, m minus 2, x minus 2, okay. Okay, so now we have the third derivative of y. From this point on, what we can do is we can just start plugging these in. Rather than putting it on the side, I think I'm just going to put it on the bottom. That way we have space. Okay, so we just plugged in that y triple prime, x squared. Now we're plugging in the y double prime. Now for the y prime. All right. Now from here, if you've had experience with something like this, you'll notice that I'll put it in blue so it's easier to see. Now if we multiply these through, what you'll get is x cubed, not for this or this, but for this right here. And generally, I mean, this is the case for all of these right here, is that the x cubed multiplied by x cubed m minus 3 is really the same as saying x cubed multiplied by x to the m multiplied by x to the negative 3. And if we're multiplying x cubed multiplied by x to the negative 3, that's basically the same as saying x 3 plus negative 3, which would just be, well, x to the 0, and anything to the 0 power is just 1. So what you would get then is x to the m minus 1 plus x to the m minus 1 x to the m plus 2xm equals 0. Okay. And now if you can see, you'll notice that x to the m, x to the m, x to the m, x to the m. So we can just basically factor it all out. And I mean, I guess I could show the step, but rather than showing it, because it's just going to take up space, what we're doing is we're going to factor out the x to the m, and then we're going to divide the 0. So basically it would be 0 divided by x to the m, which would just still equal 0. So what we get is m minus 1, m minus 2, plus m minus 1, minus 2m plus 2 equals 0. Okay, Now, if you just FOIL all of this out, what we'll get is m cubed minus 2m squared minus m squared plus 2m plus m squared minus m minus 2m plus 2 equals 0. Yeah. And just to show you what I did, you're basically just foiling these. Okay, so now from here we can cancel out a few things. Let's see. Well, we have m squareds. Those will cancel out. These will also cancel out. So it looks like we're left with m cubed minus 2m squared minus m plus 2 equals 0. Now what we could do is solve this with synthetic division. Now, if you've seen any of my other videos, I solve something like this with synthetic division. So I would suggest checking out my other videos. But basically what we're doing is we're just getting multiples of this leading coefficient, which in this case would be 1. Okay, now we set P over Q. And we solve with synthetic division. We'll first start out with positive 1. And then, of course, we have 3 other options, which is negative 1, positive 2, and then negative 2. So what we're going to do now is we're going to set 1, negative 2, negative 1, and 2. And these numbers are just from these coefficients right here. Put a little addition sign, bring that 1 down, multiply the 1 and the 1, which is still 1. You got negative 2 plus 1, which is negative 1. Multiplying 1 and negative 1 is negative 1. You get negative 2. Multiplying 1 and negative 2, you get negative 2. And 2 plus negative 2, of course, is 0. So that checks out. And basically what we want to do is we want to have this last term equal 0. That way we know that it's factorable. So now we have m minus 1 because we used a 1 right here. And also, if we had a negative 1 over here, then this would be m plus 1. And then let's see, get m minus, m squared minus m minus 2 equals 0. And this is just from m squared, negative 1, and negative 2. So these are basically indicating the coefficients that are attached right here. So from here, what we can do is we could set m plus 1 and m minus 2. Yeah, so then m equals, well, let's see, m minus 1 equals 0, well, that would be 1. M plus 1 equals 0, well, that would be negative 1. Then m minus 2 would be 2. So it looks like our equation then for y is c1x plus c2 x to the negative 1 plus c3 x to the 2. And that's it. So basically all we did was we found m, we plugged these in as the exponents, and if you don't see the 1 right here, that's because it's implied. Anything just by itself like that is to the first power. But yeah, other than that, I hope this video helped you guys. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a message or a comment. And if you like this video and it helped, give it a like and subscribe. All right, thanks guys.